every Wuthering Waves player eventually runs into the same debate: healing or shielding. Which is more important? At first glance, both look like two sides of the same coin. Healing restores what you lose, while shielding prevents the damage from landing in the first place. But if you're focused to choose just one, I'd argue that healing has quietly become the more essential mechanic. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Let's make one thing clear here. This doesn't mean shields are useless. Far from it. Shields provide incredible benefits, especially for newer players who are still learning enemy patterns or for those moments when uninterrupted DPS rotations really matter. But for the majority of team comps, shields function more as a luxury, a powerful tool when available but not something you must rely on at all times. And with Yuno and Shikona headlining the second half banners, are you sure you have enough asteroids? Fortunately, you can avail of discounted top-ups without having to give away your password. Loot Bar now has a do-it-yourself self-top-up for Wuthering Waves that you can do right on mobile. You can save up to 21% in discounts, even more if you use my link in the description. It's fast, secure, and cheaper than in-game top-ups. Trusted by the community with excellent reviews, top up your Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, HSR, and Zenless Zone Zero with Loot Bar. And grab an extra 10% discount through my link in the description, because take Jiyan, for example. The community loves to debate his supports. Yuno has an amazing heavy attack buff, and on paper, you'd think that would make her his best in slot. But the truth is, Jiyan mains know shields aren't part of his core playstyle. His entire kit thrives on quick parries and counters, rewarding skillful timing over brute survivability. A shielder might make him a little more comfortable to play, but he doesn't need one. What he truly benefits from is healing, since it lets him recover from mistakes and stay in the fight longer without disrupting his rotations. This is where the real divide between healing and shielding becomes crystal clear. For brand new players still adjusting to the rhythm of combat, shields feel almost like a lifeline. They let you brute force through enemy pressure, tank stray hits you never saw coming, and keep your combo chain intact even when your timing isn't perfect. They cushion the mistakes that naturally happen during the learning curve. But as your mastery of the game improves, as you become fluent in buff rotations, recognize attack animations, and learn to synergize your units more efficiently, the once vital safety net of shielding gradually loses its urgency and is replaced by dodges. This isn't Genshin Impact, where we have to iframe in order to avoid getting hit. Dodge is organically embedded in Wuthering Waves. Healing, on the other hand, never stops being relevant. Even the most disciplined dodge timers eventually get clipped by an unexpected attack, and even high-level players accumulate chip damage over long fights. Healing acts as a universal reset button, undoing mistakes and restoring stability in ways shields simply cannot replicate. And that's not to say shields have no place in late-game content. On the contrary, they're fantastic at blocking one-shots, providing stability during chaotic rotations, and giving confidence in high-risk DPS windows. They can turn a desperate clutch into a triumphant finish. But if we're being honest, in the current state of the game, they remain optional rather than mandatory. Shields are valuable, but not absolutely essential. They're more of a luxury tool, something you enjoy having but can usually live without. Unless the meta eventually shifts and major buffs get locked behind shield uptime, which so far has been the case for Yuno. Yuno's kit clearly incentivizes quick refreshing shields in order for her to grant an all damage amplification. And it's not like the buff is a small amount either, because the total reaches up to 40%. Only one character can do that right now: Augusta, who can refresh her shield every 0.5 seconds. Although Yuno isn't out there yet, and while Augusta's kit says the shield is only for her, It appears that this shield is shared with other Resonators in the team. Only time will tell if the kit explanation is a mistake and other units can actually gain some of that all damage amplification. And so, where does that leave us? Both healing and shielding are important, but if you had to choose only one, healing carries more consistent value across all content and skill levels. It's not about one mechanic being better than the other, but it's about which one remains indispensable. Healing sustains you no matter what stage of the game you're in. Shields enhance your gameplay if you want to push damage windows or if you're still learning. But healing is the safety net that never stops mattering. And in the end, you don't have to pledge blind loyalty to either Team Heal or Team Shield. The reality is that both mechanics serve important purposes, but one proves itself to be indispensable while the other remains situational. Healing has shown time and again that it scales with every level of play, every piece of content, and every type of mistake you might make in combat. Shields are powerful when used strategically, but they become more of a specialized tool. Unless future updates tie irreplaceable buffs or key mechanics directly to shield uptime, the essential choice you can never ignore will always be healing. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you personally lean more on healing or shielding in your Wuthering Waves teams? Have you ever dropped a healer completely and gone all in on shields? Or do you feel safer keeping a dedicated healer in every rotation? Share your experiences and opinions down in the comments. Your perspective might help other players figure out their own approach. And if you're considering topping up on Lunites to get go check out my link in the description for my additional 10% discount with Loot Bar and save on your next top up. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Hit that fabulous notification bell so you don't miss future video drops. Thank you so much for watching and maraming salamat po. I will see you in the next video drop. Goodbye.